Hey, welcome to the Christian Media Marketing Show. Thanks for hanging out with me today. My name is John, and on behalf of our Kavanaugh team, we're grateful to be able to partner with you to make Jesus known. I'm going to be sharing with you today a tool that I use and one that I discovered and found and now is an integral part to my information security. I don't know where you store your sensitive information. And by sensitive, I mean things like your health records or passwords, passport photos, whatever it might be. But just in data in general, it is recommended that you have backup sources both in the cloud and offsite in physical devices and physical places off from where you're using that data. And so if you upload it to Google Cloud or Microsoft OneDrive or whatever you're using, that's great. But you also need to then have another copy of that information off of the device that you're backing up. And so, offsite secure location, you really want your data, especially your most sensitive data, to be backed up and to be in multiple locations. So, one of the tools that I use, especially when I'm traveling and I don't know how well the internet's going to be where I'm going, is this tool right here. And this is an Apricorn USB drive. It's inside of a case, and then it has physical buttons on it that allow you to put in a code to open up the device. And so I just travel with it on my keychain with some UB keys that I use to lock down the different accounts. And that is an integral part for me making sure I have backups of data, passcode keys, different types of things that I might need to be able to actually get into a device, especially if I get locked out or if I need some sort of way of getting in, say, for example, password backup codes. Well, this can allow me to have those in a safe way, even when I don't have internet. But with that sensitive information, I want to make sure it's protected. So if you go to their website, they offer different sizes. This can be everything from 4 GB all the way up to an amazing 512 gigabytes. And obviously, the prices impact that as well. If you go to 512, that's $319 for that. And you might think, well, that's huge and that price is too big. I get it. But say 32 gigabytes, you can store a lot of information on that. It could be even a 16 gigabyte one. And if you were to do 16 gigabytes, now the price is 99 US dollars. What I like about this is, first of all, the speed itself. It is a You can get different types, type C, USB A, different types of endings to it. It is something that is completely hardware based with its encryption. And so you are protecting yourself because there's no software to be hacked. They actually have to have physical access to the device if they're going to try to hack you to be able to get this. And there are some tools set up with this tool to help protect you there. And so if you go to their website, which is just apricorn.com, you'll see the Aegis device there. It has a lot going for it. First of all, it uses a level of encryption that is to the standards that are required by the US government. And so it uses high level encryption. It also has different modes. So you can actually have this device being used as an admin or as a user. You have a keyboard that's built into it, as well as just the case itself that has a rubber gasket around the end of it on this part down here, so that the device it's not waterproof. I wouldn't go swimming with it, but if it gets out in the rain, it's protected. Same thing with dust there. And so that's that polymer coated, wear resistant onboard keyboard. It even has a thing where if a button gets accidentally pressed, it will go back to sleep to help save that battery life. Speaking of the battery, you plug the device in, that's what charges it. So there's no batteries to be replaced. And then when you do use it for the very first time, it forces you to go through and set up a very long PIN code. So we're not looking at a 1111 or 4-digit simple passcode. This is, think, 20-digit long. Now, that may seem absurd to you, but I think it's really important that we use great long passwords, passcodes, all of that. It's really important. And so this lets you do that even at a minimum, I think, of 8 numbers all the way up to a very large number there. So you can set it up as an admin. You can set the code. There are data recovery pins that you can put into it. You can set it up for read only. There's defenses against brute force that can happen. And so with a brute force attack, you can say how many times do you want someone to put in the code, and if it's wrong, can they do that before the device itself wipes itself? And so that can be anywhere from 4 to 20 attempts. And after that time, if the incorrect pin code is being put in, well, that device itself is going to just get rid of all of your data. All right. And so that's, to me, is a really important thing. It's going to delete its encryption key, destroy the ability to decrypt its stored data. That's a really important protection there. There's also the pin guard that I shared with you, where if it gets pressed, the power will go away on it. There's just the auto lock. If it's sitting there, it will lock itself. It has a self-destruct pin. So if somebody says, hey, put in your pin code here, open this up, you can put in a different pin code and it will just destroy all the data on the device. And it will then at that point just be a normal USB drive again. But anything that you had on it is no longer on there. And that is a way. Now, that's why you don't want to keep all your data just on this device. You want it in multiple locations and places. But that's a way to protect that information. As I said, it has the gasket on it, so that's the IP68 certification that comes through it. There's indications when it's unlocked and when it's locked. There's LED notifications on it. I think it's really, really good. And so this is a tool that I would recommend, especially if you're in sensitive locations, if you have sensitive information that you want to protect, that you're backing up your data to a device like this. Even if you don't travel with it, you're just backing it up. I'd put something like this. I would put it in a fireproof safe. I would keep it safe. Offsite is great. This is just the way we have to work to protect our data anymore today. With ransomware, with so many issues that are going on in the cyber world, it's important for us to have good known backups. It's important to have our information available to us at any given moment. And so this is just one idea, a tool that you could use. I'm going to have some other tools that I'm going to be sharing with you all here in the next couple of weeks of things that I think can help you even with your digital engagement, with getting the message out to those who have never heard. And so hopefully this is a benefit. Check it out. If you don't have something like this, I might recommend it. I don't get anything from them. I'm not promoted by them. I bought the device myself, but I really like it and I trust it with some of my most sensitive information. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking this show, sharing it with other people who you think might benefit from it. And if there are questions or things that you would love for me to be researching, addressing, things that we can do at Kavanaugh to serve or to help you, please reach out, let me know. Thanks so much. Take care.